Lovely life, it's what I thought it would be when I found love just right for me, oh yeah. Now I'm teary-eyed, this feels like it was all a dream that was never meant to be. Cause my love came crashing down, I don't know if it ever will get back up again. I need someone to talk to, I'll say what I'm going through. Tired of complications, relationships not going how I want it to. Can I get through to you? Help me understand, cause I wanna love again. I wanna love again. Wanna love again. I wanna love again. Wanna love again. Lovely life, it's what I thought it would be when I found love just right for me, oh yeah. Now I'm teary-eyed, this feels like it was all a dream that was never meant to be. Cause my love came crashing down, I don't know if it ever will get back up again. I need someone to talk to, I'll say what I'm going through. Tired of complications, relationships not going how I want it to. Can I get through to you? Help me understand, cause I wanna love again. I wanna love again. Wanna love again. Crashing down, I don't know if it ever will get back up again. I need someone to talk to, I'll say what I'm going through. Tired of complications, relationships.
Hello, my name is Emilymai Esther Dunbar. I'm the founder of Mending Hearts Life Coaching. Dear Emily, the whole purpose of it is to just have a space where people can share their stories, about life, dating, courting, divorce, marriage, friendship, betrayal, love, mental health, you name it.
I think one of the biggest mistakes people make, or couples make, when it comes out to managing finances is they don't actually manage it.
Girls out there want to kiss me. Because if you call me kissing actor, then you're setting me up.
We as women, I just said it was a myth that we could be all things to everybody, do everything well. So the only person that we can change, really, is us.
When someone cannot conceive their own dreams, why do we expect them to be able to see ours?
It all boils back down to you have to take care of yourself. You know, you have to take care of yourself. You have to prioritize yourself, prioritize your mental health. If not, it's going to show up when you go to work. It's going to show up when you come home to your children. It's going to show up even when you're in the community, like just your energy. People can feel all that.
And one of the things, something that you also share that I tell people all the time is, you know, just because you're married doesn't mean that your marriage is healthy. Because there are literally people who are just coexisting for the sake of their families.
What is your definition of a good man? I always say this, we've heard a lot of young ladies often say, well, I'm waiting on my Boaz, But I asked them, you waiting on your Boaz, or are you Ruth material?
When you put things in your own handwriting, it becomes personal then. Because just like our fingerprints and all this other stuff that's ours, even twins, they still have different fingerprints. Yeah. You know, so when you write it down and journal those things, that gives you a sense of responsibility to do something about it.
Sometimes I don't feel like you can put a time on like when you need self-care. You know, you might be depleted by noon. Sometimes you might be depleted by 9 o'clock, you know what I mean? So just listen to your body and your spirit and whatever it requires.
Welcome everyone to Dear Emily Season 2. We are on our 9th episode. What a journey. Season 2, 9th episode. In the meantime, we have a very interesting topic today. Before I get into that, I want you all to share this video. For those of you that are watching, share the video, invite your friends, invite your family members to watch. We have a very interesting topic this evening that you do not want to miss. Okay, if you guys have been following, our topic today is on navigating love as with special needs. What does that even mean? What does that look like? We have a guest here, which it took me a long time for her to finally be available. She made time for her to be here on Dear Emily show, so I don't take this lightly at all. But before we even introduce our guests, I want you all to know one of the reasons behind Dear Emily is to really create a platform for people to share their stories, about life and relationship. For those of you who've been following for a long time, you know that Dear Emily, we're all about positivity. We're all about people sharing their journey and speaking their truth as we help one another. This is a community. I see it as a community, and I hope you do as well. We're all here to learn and unlearn. Like tonight, I'm here to learn and unlearn a lot of things that I thought I knew, and most of you might be in that boat. So I want you all to just buckle up, okay? It's cold outside if you're watching from Minnesota, okay? Or any of the cold states. So grab some hot chocolate, grab some tea. If you're a coffee drinker, I'm not. But hey, if you like coffee, grab some coffee and just sit and watch with us, okay? I'm going to be giving out shout outs. So let me know where you're watching from. I know a lot of you are excited for this topic, so I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, and shout out to Keg Media, to all of our sponsors. I want to do that early and get that out the way, because we're going to have a very important conversation. Like I said, it took a whole year for this guest to make herself available. So that means a whole lot to me. And I don't want any time wasted at all for tonight. So make sure you send in your questions regarding our topics, navigating love with special needs. And if you even have a personal story, if you can relate, please make sure that you're commenting. I will be reading the comments. I try my best to read all of the comments and to give everyone a shout out, and tonight is no different, okay? So make sure that you're doing that, you're following. I'm going to introduce our guest, but before I do that, I want us to take a quick break, and then when we get back, we will reveal the guest for this topic, navigating love with special needs. Once again, I want to give a shout out to Keg Media. If you're just watching us, make sure you follow Keg Media page. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Benda Boutique, and 4 Girls Fashion and Beauty. Please make sure these are the people who make Dear Emily happen. It happens because of the sponsors that we have. Keg Media, you can always look on the page, get your, if you want videography, photography, we have it all. Everything digital is done here, even website that is done through Keg Solutions. And you can get a website template for as little as $350 for a template. Contact us on Keg Media, send a message, and we will be able to cater to your needs. Okay, so in the meantime, before I review our guests, shout out to you all for watching. And when we get back, we will introduce our guest for this evening. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you're sharing the video, and we'll be right back after this break. Thank you.
Need a professional website for your business? Whether you are a startup or an established brand, we offer over 50+ dynamic website templates with free customization to suit your business needs. Creating a professional website design should no longer be a hassle. Choose from our web design packages. Starter web design package starts at $385.29. Optimized web design package starts at $892.81. E-commerce web design package starts at $1,500.00. Visit our website now and let's get started.
Lovely life. It's what I thought it would be when I found love just right for me. Oh yeah. Now I'm teary-eyed. This feels like it was all a dream that was never meant to be. 'Cause my love came crashing down. I don't know if it ever will get back up again. I need someone to talk to. I'll say what I'm going through.
Everyone to Dear Emily Season 2, Episode 9. We have an amazing topic for this evening, tonight, wherever you're watching from. Thank you all for watching. Our topic for today is navigating love with special needs. And I told you we have a very important guest, okay, who is not just a guest from knowledge, but someone who lives it every single day. And she's going to be sharing part of her journey. And as you all know, we always have a letter or a couple of letters to read, but tonight we only have one letter, so we're going to read the letter and you all help us, okay, to dissect the letter and talk about it. But in the meantime, I want you to let us know where you're watching from. Tune in, share the video as you're tuning in, and make sure other people are able to join this very important conversation that we don't necessarily talk about in our community or the BIPOC community in general. Okay, we're talking about special needs. So I want you to post in the comment when you hear the word special needs. What are some thoughts that come to your mind? What are you thinking about when you hear the word special needs? When you hear the words special needs and love, what do you think about? Do you think it's possible for people with special needs to fall in love, to get married? Are they like us? Are they not? Post your comment. I want to know, because tonight we're here to learn and unlearn. Okay, most of the things that we've been taught out of ignorance, or some of us have been ignorant for so long, but we have someone here today who's going to be speaking with us. And I don't want to waste any more time. I want to introduce our guest for this evening. She's an advocate when it comes to special needs, and she is someone that I truly have been following. She's someone that I truly admire, someone that I'm telling you, to get a hold of her, she's too busy for me. But I'm glad she was able to. And it's Samrica, Kate Zoga is our guest for this evening. Samrica, thank you so much for taking up your time to be here on Dear Emily. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here, and I'm excited for us to dive deeper into this conversation, into the discussion, because it is a topic and a group of people that we don't really put a spotlight on, and which of course I think our community and need to have this discussion in our home. So I'm honored to be here, to be sitting next by you and having this beautiful conversation.
Thank you so much. No, the honor is all mine because you're too busy. You're too busy. It took me a whole year to for us to finally meet, and that speaks a lot about what you do, because you're an advocate, right? When it comes to special needs and putting spotlight and educating people, because there's a lot of ignorance in our community, the BIPOC community as a whole. So before we even go into that, I want you to please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Give shout outs to a couple of people that you know might be watching this evening.
Okay. My name is Samrica Zoga. I'm an advocate for people living with disabilities or special needs. I'm a mother. That's the most important part of my life. And to an intelligent, smart 13-year-old. And I'm from Grand Bassa. And like viewer, everybody knows So, and I'm honored to be here for us to have this beautiful discussion. And many of you out there know me as No Limit. So I go by that name because I live in a society that people have limit, people like us. So I believe that there should be no limit to what a person can achieve. Not even our disability should limit us. So I want to give a shout out to all my No Limit followers, my family. I like to see that. And because I don't think you guys deserve a title of a fan or follower. If you support what I do, you become a family to me. So to all of you out there, No Limit family, shout out. And I want to appreciate all of you for watching. Stay tuned, share the video, and we're going to dive deeper into the discussion.
Yes, no limit, no limit. That is such a powerful, it's just 2 words, but it's really powerful. No limit, no limit. What sparked that name?
You know, 2018, when I moved out of Texas, I was homeless because I lost my job, lost my apartment. So I took the leap of faith. I was just in America, I think, for 3 years, here with a child, all my immediate families in Africa. So I took the leap of faith and I let me go to Minnesota. And when I moved here, my auntie, my uncle's wife took me in, which was very generous of her. And while in Minnesota, when I had my own apartment, I moved in it with nothing, everything empty. I was sleeping on the floor, my daughter and I, but all I wanted is to have a roof over my head. That was the most important part. So I love fashion. I want to be a model. So I tried to discuss with one of my coworkers, who is Agnes. I think you know Agnes.
Yeah, shout out to Agnes.
Yeah. So I said, Bossy Buns got her because she was my supervisor in Liberia, who was working at the Ministry of Gender. So I called her Boss. I still call her Boss up to today. So I said, Boss. She said, why? I said, I want to create a Facebook page. And because I love clothes, I love fashion, so I want to post my picture there so people can see a different side of people with disabilities, not just like the way society, the mind they have about people with disabilities. So she's like, you can do it. And she said, how are you going to call your page? I said, No Limit. She said, why No Limit? I said, because I lived all my life as a child growing up. I have been told I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, so I have been limited. And I feel like there should be no limit to what a person can do. And I don't think my disabilities has a limit on me. She said, good, and that's how No Limit came about.
It's a beautiful, I like the journey, and I like how very eloquent you are in expressing that. I'm going to really try not to tear up tonight, okay? I'm really trying, I'm going to, because this conversation is very dear to my heart. I have a background in social work, and I work with people with special needs, people with disability of all kinds, all forms. I work with them on a daily basis. So this is a very important topic for me as well to learn and unlearn. So thank you once again so much for coming out. And you are from the Bassa tribe, right?
Bassa Loma.
Bassa Loma. Okay, so
my mom from Lofa, my dad from Grand Bassa.
Your dad, okay, we claim you. The Bassa tribe claim you. You're 100% claim. So shout out to the Bassa people watching, the Loma people. Thank you, and thank you for representing. Thank you for representing Liberia and on this topic this evening. So when we talk about navigating love and people with special needs, I know that was something that we went back and forth trying to decide what should be the topic, what should be the topic that would be comfortable, you know, for us to discuss, and we came up with navigating love with special needs. When you think about love and special needs and relating to your journey, how has that been?
It's been, what did she say, challenging? Because we live in a society that people, what did she say? Trying to find a word for this. But it has been a challenge dating as a woman with disabilities. Even women who don't have disabilities have challenge in dating. Then what's about a woman that look different? That you will have people who have opinion of your look, your appearance, And sometimes people try to question if you can even perform in the bed, all this stuff, you know, society. So dating as a woman with disabilities, it was challenging because when you don't accept yourself, and first of all, the way you treat yourself set the tone how other people will treat you. So a lot of us that have disabilities who suffer from low self-esteem because of our condition, we feel like and nobody can love us. So if we find this one person that will come up to us, if even they're treating us bad or not, we try to stay there because we feel like, hey, nobody out here like me, only this one person. So if even that person is not even your type, it's like you just suck it up. So, and these are things that I hear from a lot of women that have disabilities express the same thing that I express, like settling for people just because they want to be loved, because everyone deserves love. So it has been a rocky journey, and then also too, you have family members that will not accept you, and even having a child, like getting pregnant. My in-laws have issues with that. They were judging like, oh, why you have to pregnant this girl? The child gonna look like her. They feel like my disability is a genetic, which is not. So all because I had disability. So people was very judgmental. So it was a challenge. And then also too, some of the things I took, I shouldn't have accepted that, but because I didn't have the confidence, I didn't have a level of self-esteem, and I was a young girl still. Sometimes when you're young, you make some dumb mistakes. So I make some mistakes and some choices, but hey, in life you have to learn. So all of them is part of my learning experience. So some of them I'll go back, I won't do it again, but it makes me what I am today. And at this point of my life, I can settle for the bare minimum, and I would change every woman out there, whether you have disabilities or not. I think you worth it, you are enough. You have to love yourself, and the way you love yourself set the tone of how other people will treat you.
I mean, this conversation is much needed in our community. It's much needed in our society, and the way that you're putting it together. This is good stuff. I'm here learning, taking stuff in, and really empathizing with everyone out there that has any form of disability, any form of special needs, because it's hard. You said it correctly, rightfully. It's hard being a woman and dating, navigating dating. I can't imagine, being somebody who has special needs or some form of disability, whether it's physical or whether it's it's very much physical or if it's invisible, because we don't talk about the invisible disabilities as well. It's hard. It's really hard, and we're having this conversation. It's a really great conversation. I want for you all to read some of I'll go into some other questions that I have. Okay, so let me read some of the comments, and I'll go into and give people some shout outs around here. So LD is watching, and share that he's watching from Minnesota. So LD, thank you so much for watching from Minnesota, right? Minnesota, since it's cold. Gels is watching. Gels, thank you so much for tuning in, and he's watching all the way from California. Went to school with Gels. He's a childhood friend. Favorite state is Cali, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to be there at this moment because this cold is not. It's not it. It's not working. But thank you so much, Gels, for watching. God Alone Child is watching. As a matter of fact, God Alone Child was she was the guest last week. We talked about divorce and the church and a journey of healing and forgiveness, and she was on. Really brave soul to share her story. It took a lot of courage. So God Alone Child, shout out to you. Thank you for watching. Yoshana is watching, so thank you for watching as well. God Alone Child says no limit. No limits. And then LD says, you ladies look gorgeous.
Thank you.
I agree. I think Samrica stole the show.
No.
It's all you. It's all you today. No limit. No limit. You see what I'm saying? So she's really working her brand. Nathaniel Garpu, shout out to you. Thank you for watching. He says, go Grand Bassa. Yes. Okay. We have family in the house. You look fabulous, girls. Thank you so much. Nathaniel Garpu is my dad who is watching. So thank you so much for watching and always being supportive. Ansu is watching from Liberia. He says, keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you so much. We have Parissa who's watching from Minnesota. She says, you guys are giving gorgeous beyond words. Thank you so much. It's no limit. She really pushed me to really give it my all. I knew I had to live up to the challenge.
You know, almost going to black today.
Really?
I changed my mind. I want to be matching.
Well, thank you so much. And then Nathaniel says, no limit. You rock. You rock. I love you already. Consider yourself a purebred, a Bassa girl, hashtag, okay? It's true. I mean, I can't disagree. Okay,
beautiful Bassa women.
We're killing it, right? And then LD says, no limit. I'm loving that pink. You rock.
Thank you.
You
My
rock.
daughter's favorite color.
Your daughter's favorite color.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm seeing no audio, so hopefully we're back on. And then God Alone Child says, this topic is very necessary. Those who have disability is as normal as everyone.
Yes,
why should they be put aside? I completely agree. And I want to maybe, you know what, we have a really, we have time to have conversation this evening. I want us to take a little break. Okay, we'll take a break, and then when we get back, we'll get into the topic. We'll get more into it before we even read the letter for this evening. I want to thank everyone for watching. I've given you shout outs already. If I haven't, don't worry. When we return, I'll give you a shout out. But we have an amazing guest with us, Samrica all the way from Grand Bassa, okay, representing this evening. Thank you so much to each and every one of you that's been watching, that's been sharing this video, that's been commenting, that's been supporting Dear Emily. You're very much appreciated. There are always ways that you can promote this show. Is send stars, write all your comments. There's sponsorship opportunities. The link will be posted for you to sponsor an episode, for you to post your brand, to share your business with us. Just click on the link, fill it out, or you can DM me separately, and then we can have a conversation. And don't forget, follow all things Keg Media. Without Keg Media, there'll be no Dear Emily at this time. So make sure that you're giving Keg Media a shout out. Make sure that you're liking, you're following. Also take advantage of all the things that's being offered, anything marketing, anything branding, anything website based, even Kegmart. We have a multi-vendor site called Kegmart for e-commerce business owners. You can upload your products. The link will be posted as well. Take advantage of all these things that are out there. That's business is being made easy for you through Keg. So make sure that you're following also. And when we get back, we'll continue our conversation on navigating love with special needs with our fabulous guest, Samrica. Kate Zoga will be with us, and we'll be right back after this break. Thank you all for watching. Welcome back, everyone, to Dear Emily Season 2, Episode 9. Thank you all for watching. We have a very interesting topic, and I left off on the last comment that I read from God Alone Child, who shared that this topic is very important. And we have an amazing guest with us, Samrica, who's an advocate and also someone who's living, who has been living that life. We were just having conversation. We just talked about what that is like, navigating love with someone with special needs. So Samrica, once again, thank you so much for being on and for being vulnerable enough to share part of your journey with Dear Emily.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. We appreciate you here. So when it comes to navigating love, and when it comes to the whole aspect of someone with special needs, have you ever been on any type of dates, or maybe even in your own relationship, where you were called names, or someone would call name, would say some mean stuff, whether that's from your partner or that is from people looking, staring and wondering, like, is this person like real? Like, do people like this actually exist? Like, have you had those experiences? And if you had, and could you please walk us through that journey and the emotional trauma it caused?
Yeah, like I remember when I was a teen, I will say the story first, but I'm the person that will always tell people, because when people see my picture, sometimes they don't see my whole body, they'll be like, oh my gosh, this. Even when you hear my voice on phone, people be like, you got a beautiful voice. I remember as a teenager, my little sister was speaking with a guy, and you hear my voice, say, oh, I like your sister, her voice sounds good. And then when I told him I had disabilities, and it was like, it was no. And then, and I was once married before, so, yeah, I had experienced it, and I remember my ex-husband, because this was one of the things that had me stuck in a marriage, because he always like, you should be grateful you with me. Nobody else want you. So all those things like, so it's stuck with me, so it played on my self-confidence and stuff like that. So how I felt like nobody else wanted me out here. No man would say hi, even with all the abuse that they have scars on my, even if you look closer to my eyes here, I almost lost my eyes because of violence for him. So it was because I couldn't leave, because I felt like only this person loved me, only this person wanted me. No other guy would say hi to me. So I have myself is something that I should have left. And I'm grateful that I still have my eyes and I didn't lose my life, and I had the courage to let go. Wow. Even when I decided to file for divorce, I remember some of my friends telling me like, girl, nobody, even us that have everything, the man is treating us, then you want to leave, you have to stay there. I'm like, because of the title? No. I can't do that. I have to show my daughter how a love should be, how a person should be loved.
Wow. Okay. Looks like we need to figure, we'll pause here for a little bit. We need to figure some stuff out with technical issues. So we're going to take a quick break, okay? And then when we get back, we'll continue this conversation, okay? So thank you all for watching. We'll be right back after the break. Thank you.
Need a professional website for your business? Whether you are a startup or an established brand, we offer over 50 plus dynamic website templates with free customization to suit your business needs. Creating a professional website design should no longer be a hassle. Choose from our web design packages. Starter web design package starts at $385.29. Optimized web design package starts at $892.81. E-commerce web design package starts at $1,500.00. Visit our website now and let's get started.
Welcome back, everyone, to Dear Emily Season 2, Episode 9. We took a quick break, so we've taken a couple of breaks. But hey, it's okay. It's giving you time for you to ponder on what Samrica and I have been talking about, the topic, navigating love with special needs. And before we went on break, Samrica, you're sharing your experience in your marriage. You were abused, and you couldn't leave because this person who was supposed to love you, for you, be able to accept you, embrace you, be there through trying times and all of that, was the one who was putting you down, who was telling you that no one is going to want you. Yeah. So it's almost like you should feel it's a privilege. Yeah. It's a privilege that you're with me. It's a privilege that you can even consider yourself a wife. Yeah. Right? Because if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be you for some reason, in a way, or you wouldn't have the status of being married. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine someone having. And how did you gain the strength, like, to stay, and yet you had a daughter that you raised who came out perfectly healthy, a healthy 13-year-old now. You're just talking about she's 13. How did you muster up the courage to keep going before making the decision for you to leave, knowing that you deserve better?
I had support from my family, and shout out to my foster dad, who took me as his daughter and took care of me. And he always told me that, Sanye, because that is my other name, this is not good. Nobody should know man should put their hands on a woman, and don't feel like nobody can love you. You deserve better. And then when I started advocating in Liberia for people with disabilities, I started getting courage, going to work, speaking out. And also when I started to travel, you try to see the real world, and you start to interact with other strong women, sharing the ideas, what they have been through and stuff like that. So when I started traveling, that's when I started like, this is not okay. This is not how I should be treated. And I remember when I relocated to the America, I called him, like, hey, you used to do this in Liberia, you used to do this, and I don't want you to be this kind of person. Because everybody young, I feel like people make mistakes when they're young. So as we turn adult, so trying to have an adult conversation, like, that's how I express my anger. I'm like, if you are not holding yourself accountable, I don't think a woman like me deserve such a treatment. And I told him that if you're not going to change, I'm going to file for divorce, which I did. Because I don't want my daughter to see, I don't want to stay in a marriage just because of the child, or for my daughter to see just because her mom and dad together. No, I want to show her how the healthy relationship should look like, how a woman should be treated. So, and I make decisions, and some of those things that I saw that make me walk away, I can't talk about it because it's something I want my daughter when she become like 18 to have this conversation, because it's very personal, it is emotional. So, and I don't want, because I'm on the internet and she's a child, so I don't want people to, it's a small world we live in, so I just want to protect her from that. So for that reason, some of those things I decided, like, when she be 18, we'll have this conversation, and then I will do my book and a documentary about it.
Yeah. No, I respect that. I respect that. Protecting you, even for that matter, and protecting your daughter is important, right? And I look forward to that documentary. I'm looking for, who knows, if possible, even a movie, right? Looking for, because you have lived a remarkable life. You're living a remarkable life. I cannot imagine, with everything that you have been through, like with everything that you've been through, having to still muster up the courage to, no limits. Like, there's literally no limits. Like, you can keep living, you can keep thriving, and you're killing it out there in the world. Samrica, have you, when it comes to, and you don't have to go in details, but has your daughter ever asked you, Mom, were you born like this? Is this something that, do people make fun of her? Like, does she get stared at? How do you navigate that?
It's an emotional journey for my daughter because she don't have a disability. She's a child. She's innocent. Why would she be bullied because of her mom? So, and I remember my daughter. Children are curious. Like I tell people, I love when kids see me and ask questions and like, what's wrong with your hands? What's wrong with your feet? Those questions. And sometimes I would like be a parent or in another parent village trying to shut the child up. But it is good if you're a parent out there, let the kid ask. It's very good. I think it's better when the children ask, and even adults ask. Or many of you out there, when you see somebody look different or look unique, it is better that you ask questions and learn the person type of disabilities or not. But some of you scared and really disgusting, which is not okay. But when my daughter was 5 years old, I remember her asking, say, Mom, what's wrong with your feet? She started turning her feet around, trying to look at her feet, compare it together. So she's like, this is not. So she started asking. I explained to her that Mommy was born this way because of such and such a reason. And then she gave me a big hug. And from there, my daughter turned into a big advocate for me. She was 5 years old when we go into the store, we go to Walmart. She would want to fight people from the car. When you start staring at her mom, and I would tell her, I said, ice cream, because that's how I call her, ice cream. I said, ice cream, calm down. She said, no, they're looking at Mommy. So ever since she became a big advocate for me, even though she get bullied in school, because I go to her school when she was in kindergarten, elementary. I go to her school like 2 times. Like every month I go 2 times and eat lunch with her, buy her favorite fast food and take it with her and eat with her. And I would see how her friends would laugh. When they see her Mommy, she would get mad. But it didn't stop me from going to the school. So I think as parents, we should educate. No kid was born to be a bully, but it starts from the home. If we start to educate our kid at home, they will not make other kids feel uncomfortable because she still goes through these emotional journeys. Even when she watch my Facebook, she read a comment. She see people say things. She get mad. And the other day, she like, we need to have a show together because this is not fair. Why would people bully you just because they don't know you're amazing, mom? You cook for me. You do anything, all these things. I said, people gonna be people. We just have to let it be.
Wow. You know, I agree to the show, you know, for people to, whenever you get to that place, of course, when the both, and I would love to have the two of you. If you're, whenever you feel comfortable, you feel ready, I'd love to have the two of you on the show for her to share as a daughter, her perspective as well. Thank you. Seems like you're raising a great citizen in our society.
And another thing, she's also turned an advocate in school for other kids that have disabilities. So she always like, I have this classmate, how they look like this, but other people be staring, I be so mad, and I help them, I do this. So I make her to have empathy for people, to show compassion for people.
Wow. Ice Cream, you are a beautiful teenager. Your mother's doing well, and thank you for sharing that. That's hard.
Yeah,
that's really hard, and I can't imagine that. I don't think there's anything that can even compare to it, right? To the level of pain, the level of hurt. And some of the things that you have gone through in relationships. Have you lost friends because of your disability? Have you lost important people like in your life because of?
I think, and I have had people. Most of my friends, they're very supportive. I would say that. And just I have some friends that get intimidated because they know no limit is fabulous. So.
Yes, you are.
And no limit carried of grace. So my grace is just set me aside. So sometimes people are gonna get intimidated by it. So, and I do understand, but and being born as a child with disabilities, and I remember my mom telling me a story, like my biological grandmother, which is my dad's mom, was mad while my dad was so excited. So rest in peace. She was like, why are you so excited about the child I born? She looked like a witch. She's a curse. She shouldn't enter our house. So because my father was very excited, he bought my mother the car just by giving birth to me. So she was angry. What is the child you buying car for a woman? a child that looked like this. And she and my late grandmother, my mom and the mom had a big fight. So my mom said when I was born, even to enter my house, it was a big fight. My grandma put her, they had a fight. So it's like, I remember growing up, I never saw my grandmother holding me. She was all gone. My mom had another child that was not born with disabilities. I think because the way her mother-in-law was talking, so my mom wanted to have a child, so people can think that, hey, I can still have other child, I would not have this condition. So my little sister and I, we live back to back. So my mom had my little sister. So growing up, when we go visit, I would see my grandma only holding my little sister and crying. She'd be crying because we lost our dad in 1992. We were very young. I didn't even see him. I didn't even know how my dad looked like. So she would hold my little sister and be sharing tears. She missed her son. And then she would leave me standing. I would have wanted she would be whole, but would leave me standing, and then she would cry. And I never saw that woman touch me until she left this earth. Yeah, so it was I call it the rejected stone turned into the cornerstone. My father had 8 children, and I was the first to get out of high school, the first to go to college, the first to marry. So yeah, so the child was a curse, was a witch, turned to do all these things. And I know more to go.
Yeah. Wow. You broke barriers, even though barriers is always placed in front of you, before you, but you're breaking it. Graduated high school, college, married. The rejected stone has become the cornerstone. My grandmother used to say that a lot. She always would say, Emily, never look down on anyone. Anyone, no matter who they are, because you never know. You never know who that person is going to become. The very person that you might be looking down on might be the one to lift you, might be the one to lift you up, to hold your hand. And you never know. If your grandmother was alive today, she would see the fabulous woman that you have become, the strong, courageous role model that you are, because there really is no limit. You're doing amazing things in our community. You're advocating for people who can't advocate for themselves, right? Because some people don't have the courage. They haven't mustered up that yet. But you're doing that. I go through your TikTok videos. I follow your videos, your page, and all those things.
I'll be savage on it too.
Yeah, oh, I know. I know, but I like seeing you showing yourself and being confident in who you are. Why shouldn't you be?
Exactly.
Why shouldn't you be? It's who you are. You didn't ask God to say, Lord, this is how I want to be. I want to go into it. But it happened. So do you reject yourself, or do you get to a place that the world has already rejected you,
so
right?
I just have to accept
So you just have to accept you. And gradually, people come around. They come along, and if people know they can't get a hold of you, guess what? They either start to partner up with you, or they just leave you.
That's what I say.
Right?
If I can't adjust to the world have to adjust to me.
The world has to adjust to you. I love that. You can't adjust to the world has to adjust to you. Thank you. Thank you for being an advocate. Thank you for sharing your story. When it comes down to disability or people with special needs and finding love, there might be people watching who have an invisible disability. Like, we're going to read the letter. When we get back, once we take a break, we'll read the letter. There might be people with invisible disability, and people whose disability is very physical and is very apparent. You can see it. With someone who's trying to navigate that dating world and trying to find love, be accepted, who might even be pregnant, right? What are some thoughts? What are some tips? What are some words that you would give to someone who is in that position?
Like I would say, there is somebody out here for everybody. I don't care whether you're in a wheelchair, whether you're walking with crutches, you're on a key, there is somebody out here for you. And I have, because I run No Limit, so I received this letter from a young lady all the way in Cameroon, and she was asking me, she said she met this guy, and she didn't expose to him that she had disabilities. because she was shy, he was going to pull away from her, and she haven't told him, and this guy is really in love with her and stuff like that. And I told her, and that is being deceitful. And that is one thing I don't do to people as a person with disabilities. We have to come to the point of acceptance. Self-acceptance is everything. You have to accept yourself, and the way you love yourself is going to make other people to love you like that. But if you're trying to hide your disabilities, then you are deceiving yourself. So, and I will urge other people out there that have disabilities, self-love is everything. And you have to love yourself first before you expect anybody to love you. If you love yourself, why you expect somebody else to come into your life and love you? It ain't going to happen. So, and love yourself. Go out there and don't have limit. Make sure you date whoever you want to date. It don't have to be a person with disabilities. It can be non-disabled person. You can date. So we shouldn't put ourselves in this box. Make sure you have to know if this person is compatible with you. These are things we should look at. It's not like, oh, I'm like this, nobody else want me. We are beautiful. Like I see people coming out, like most of the time I see men want to shoot a shot, the first thing would be in the mind like, I should accept them right away. And I'm like, not because I have disabilities, I should accept you. I have preference and I know what I want. And if I don't see it in you, no. But most men that don't have disabilities, they feel like they're doing us a favor when they come at us. Oh, the woman, she will say yes. Oh, she like this, she will say yes. So I'd be like, no, sir, we don't do that here.
Okay, that's on period.
It's a period on that. I have to love you. I have to make sure that you're compatible with me. Yeah. So, and it's just advice to men that don't have disabilities that you shoot your shot. Don't think that the lady has disabilities or the men have disabilities that they're just going to say yes to you. No, it don't work like that. And I see a lot of non-disabled people do that. Yeah. Which is a no.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so ignorant,
It
right?
is.
For you to really think that you're all that in a bag of chips and you should be the stuff.
Yeah.
And people should just, if anything, like we talked about the whole, it's a privilege thing. Matter of fact, you know, somebody normal wants to be with you, you know, and I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
I'm confused though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
And then sometimes I look at it, I'm like, you know, Emily,
cute, right?
Then you want to feel like I should say yes to you. No, a beautiful queen like me.
Listen, Samrica, I need your confidence. Like, this is beautiful. It's true, and I like that you have gotten to a place where you own it.
Yeah.
You know, like, because there's nothing you can do about it, right? So what are you going to do? Cry for the rest of your life?
I'm tired of doing it.
You're tired of doing that, right? So you choose life. You chose to live, and you're really living. You're living, and I hope people who are watching, who might be in that category, who might be experiencing the same thing, can get to that place that, hey, if Samrica can share her story and she can get to the place of confidence, and I know it wasn't an easy road.
No.
Took a long time for you to get to this place, but as an advocate, if you can get to this place, hey, I can get to this place.
Anybody else can do it.
Anybody else can do it, because you're doing it.
I didn't have the opportunity. I used to be shy to even show my feet. When I go to school, I would have my feet because I didn't have shoes. This is my first shoes after 24 to 25 years of walking with my barefoot.
Wow.
And I had the opportunity. So when I used to go to school, I used to have my feet on the chairs so my classmates can see me. Sometimes when I go to class, my socks, because I only socks I wore, so the socks would be wet. It was wet in class. I saw classmates don't want to sit by me. People running away to sit on the other side. So all these things, it was a long journey to reach here today. I can expose my feet on the internet, show it to the whole world. Like, I don't care. I would be in my bikini and put my foot up. You like it, you can see my feet. You don't see it, that's your business. But I'm going to be me. I just want to be true to myself. Like, I think our uniqueness should not deprive us.
And you're changing lives without even knowing it. You're impacting You talked about your shoes. It took 24 years.
Yeah. On my 25th birthday, that's when I received my first pair of shoes.
On your 25th birthday. Wow. Who is there a company that did it? Like, how did that
No,
about?
it was this lady. I call her she's another mother to me, and she's a mentor. She's a mother. She's everything in my life, and I met her in Liberia, and my mentor in Liberia took me to this event that we had. The British Prime Minister David Cameron at the time went to Liberia, so his wife was supposed to appear at the event. So she told me, Mr. Pugh said, Sam, I want to go to this event. Let me take you. So when we went to this event, this white lady was there, and she came on a trip to visit Liberia to be able to help Liberians. So when she saw me, she like, oh my gosh, you're beautiful. And she said, what's her name? I called my name. She called her name, she said, Michelle. First, she said, oh, my mom has a disability too. So I said, oh, really? She said, yeah. And then when I had the opportunity to come to America to attend the CSW, which is the Commission on the Status of Women at the United Nations, I did a presentation at the UN. So when I came at the UN, she flew from San Diego. When she heard I was coming, she decided to attend the conference too. So she flew in, she brought some stuff for Liberians, dedicated winter stuff and all these things. And then when she was leaving, she took me out for a dinner. She like, I'm about to leave for San Diego. What do you want me to do for you? And I was in New York walking with my barefoot on the socks. My feet would freeze in the snow. And it was hot. Sometimes I go to my hotel room and just put my foot in the hot water like you putting the chicken to defreeze. Yeah, so I have to, I say, floor spray. I got caught in here. Yeah, everything on my feet. What did I know about snow with my socks on in New York. And then she like, Sam, what you want me to do? I say, if you can find a doctor to see what he can do with my feet. She said, I would think about it and I would get back to you. The next morning, she kept looking for me all over. Some Liberians said they didn't know where I was, which of course they knew, but it was being petty. Okay, we'll leave that one for another day. So she called to Liberia. So she asked this woman, Mr. Pugh, who is my mentor. She asked Mr. Pugh, she said, I'm looking for Sam, but I can't see Sam. So Mr. Pugh said, she left me her address. Sam will be nowhere but at the hotel. And the good thing, I left my address, the hotel I was going to be in with the lady. So she gave it to this woman. So I saw her at she came to the hotel. It was my last day in that hotel. I didn't have money to pay for another night. I was thinking about sleeping outside in America, about to be homeless. I don't even know nobody. Came on a trip. And she met me with my bags, sitting in the hotel lobby. She like, what are you doing? I said, I'm supposed to speak at the UN today, and I don't have nobody to take me. It was snowing. It was my day to do my presentation. But it was snowing so bad I couldn't even get out with my socks. So she and her cousin, they grabbed trash bag. I remember them tying it on my feet, and then they both of them hold me left, right? And they took me to the UN. So I went to the UN for me to speak, and then they couldn't enter the place because I had access to every part of the United Nations. But for there, they had restricted access. So she couldn't enter where I was going. But because she was with me, the people at the United Nations said that she could enter. So that's how she entered. And I did my presentation. I remember speaking, and the British and the David Cameron, all these delegates from the United Nations were there when I spoke. After that, I had an invitation to go to Geneva. So she asked me. I said, I'm not going to take that because she offered to go and take me to San Diego to do my shoes. That's how we flew to San Diego. And both of us, I don't know how God do things, but we at the airport, she took my passport. She's like, you April 5th? I said, yeah. She said, that's my birthday. And I like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I started crying. She took it and we went to San Diego. She had a big birthday party for both of us. And then on the party, that's when she called me downstairs. All her friends came downstairs and they gave my shoes. And I just started to cry. It was one of the best gifts I ever received, apart from my daughter. One of the best gifts that God ever gave to me, to have her shoes after 24 years.
after 24 years. Samrica, thank you. Thank you for,
did I get more for mine?
thank you. 24 years. After 20, you walked in the snow. Some of the things that we take for granted, right? I have the luxury sometimes to say, hey, I don't want the shoes. I want to throw it away, and things like that. But you didn't have shoes for 24 years. And your shoes have to be custom made.
Yeah. It's just very expensive.
And it's very expensive. And God works in ways that we don't understand. It's a reminder that He hasn't forgotten you.
No.
This, I told you I was gonna hold back tears, right? Because this is very personal for me, and it's really humbling for you to come on this platform to share your story. I think we're gonna take a break, don't you think? I think we're going to take a break, and when we get back, we will talk a little bit more, and then we'll go into the letters. The letter, it's only one letter tonight. We'll go into the letter of Dear Emili, and then we'll try to answer the questions together. But we're gonna take a little break. Okay. Thank you all for watching. When we get back, I'll read the comments. We're talking about navigating love with someone with special needs, and you've heard Samrica share her stories. Do me a favor, send all the love, send all the stars. It takes a lot for people to come on here to share their story, to share their journey, to share their pain. It's almost you're reliving the whole thing. So I don't take it for granted. I don't take it lightly. Everyone that comes on this platform, it means a lot to me. It's an honor for people to be here, and Samrica is no different. It's an honor for her to be here. We're going to take a little break to check out 4 Girls Fashion and Beauty. Check out Benda Boutique, Keg Media, Keg Solution, Keg Mart. All those links will be posted. Keg Mart is something, if you're e-commerce, you sell products and all those things, Keg Mart is where you want to go. You don't have to create a website. You can just upload your products on Keg Mart and that sort of things. And then people can even do that for you, so you don't even have to do the heavy lifting. If you wanna, whatever you wanna call it, they'll do that for you. So make sure you click on the link. For your website, it's as little as $350. Make sure you click on the link as well. And if you want to be a sponsor on the show, feel free, click on the link to sponsor one of the episodes, or the sponsor a wardrobe, whatever you want to do. Just click on the link and follow. We'll be right back after this break, and when we get back, we'll talk about the letter and a little bit more about Samrica and her confidence, which I'm enjoying this evening. So thank you all for watching. We'll be right back.
Need a professional website for your business? Whether you are a startup or an established brand, we offer over 50+ dynamic website templates with free customization to suit your business needs. Creating a professional website design should no longer be a hassle. Choose from our web design packages. Starter web design package starts at $385.29. Optimized web design package starts at $892.81. E-commerce web design package starts at $1,500.00. Visit our website now and let's get started.
I need someone to talk to. I'll say what I'm going through. Tired of complications, relationships not going how I want it to. Can I get through to you? Help me understand, 'cause I wanna love again. I wanna love again. Wanna love again. I wanna love again. Wanna love again. I need someone to talk to. I'll say what I'm going through. Tired of complications, relationships not going how I want it to. Can I get through to you? Help me understand, 'cause I wanna love again. I wanna love.
Welcome back, everyone, to Dear Emily Season 2, Episode 9. I took some time to cry, and I feel good now. I'm okay. Okay. Shout out to all of you that's been watching. Shout out to Samrica for coming here and being on Dear Emily this evening. We're so grateful to have you. Thank you all for the comments. Thank you all for the likes. This is an important conversation. You know, for the past 3 episodes, it's been really heavy. We talked about marriage and finance. We talked about divorce. Now we're talking about dating with special needs, love with special needs. So it's been really great, and a lot of unlearning and learning to do. So let me give a shout out to a couple of people, Samrica, and read some of the comments, and then we'll talk a little bit more, okay, before we go into the letter. All right, we have Sam Davis is watching, says, I'm following you from Liberia. Congratulations, sister. Rashonda Scott, thank you for watching. She says, love this. Love this. God Alone Child says, I admire your courage, sis. You are beautiful inside out. Indeed, you have no limits.
Thank you.
LD says, I love your confidence, no limit. Do not adjust to the world. The world should adjust to you. That's a quote. That's your quote. God Alone Child says, we all have some sort of disability, depending on your definition. We do have things that limit us in one way or another. I agree. LD says, no limit. You are an inspiration to many, my dear. You're an inspiration to many. And I couldn't agree more. Nathaniel Garpu says, what a mind-moving experience. You will lose many from their personal bondage after this show. I love your courage. You are truly no limits.
Thank you.
And then Joelle B. Norris is watching all the way from Bismarck, North Dakota. Thank you so much for watching. Keg Media posted Kegmart, so make sure that you like Kegmart. If you are a business owner, you want to upload your stuff. We have Mending Hearts nonprofit who's also watching, which is Mending Hearts is the mother of Dear Emily. Yeah, Mending Hearts is the mother of Dear Emily. And my PA is watching. She says, I'm so grateful to God. This is just more than confident for me. So thank you. You're changing lives. You're changing lives and perspective. Believe it. Precious is all the way from Nigeria.
who's watching. Porissa says, this is humbling. I'm crying and asking God for forgiveness for times I had everything and didn't appreciate it. Jawabi Norris says, you are one of a kind, sister. Let God keep making you beautiful. God bless you highly.
Amen.
And then and then we have everything regarding KEG Media, KEG Solutions, and KEG Drives. For those of you who own businesses, please make sure you click on the links for more information regarding that. But no limit.
Mm-hmm.
This is your show.
There is no limit.
There's no limit. You are making people, you made me cry, like, and I try not to cry on shows. This is humbling. It's humbling, and I want to go back to two comments. God Alone Child, her name is actually Jonetta. She was on the show last week. She said something. She said, everyone has a form of disability.
Yes.
Everyone has something that you can't really do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can classify that as a disability, right? Or as special needs. And
mm-hmm.
sometimes we don't think about that. We don't think about the things that limits us.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because we're walking, we're breathing, we're perfect physically, but internally there might be some issues, right? Some
Mm-hmm.
people have medical
Yeah.
disabilities, some people have invisible disability. And we'll read the letter that coincide with that shows another side of disability or special needs that we've been talking about. And then Porissa says something. She said, I'm thanking God for the things that I've had, and I didn't appreciate it. And as you were speaking, honestly, I was thinking about the same thing. You know, I waste food a lot. For instance, I'll tell you, I'm confessing. I'm working on my behavior. I really am. But I'm somebody who would eat something and I don't finish it, and then my mom, from the time I was a kid, she's been complaining, right? I'm sure I got some whoopings here and there for not finishing my meal, but she would always tell us, appreciate what you have because other people don't have it. There were times when I was in school, all my friends had like the latest clothing, their hair was done well, we had some form of edges back then. Back in my days when I was in school. But then, like, I wanted that life. I wanted to have that. And then my parents actually would always tell us, appreciate what you have because other people don't have it. You know, other people don't have it, so learn to appreciate it. And I didn't understand that until I became a social worker. I was like, oh, parents would be parents. Like, they're just telling us what to do. Don't waste food. Everybody wastes food, for instance. Or I want new clothes. I should get new clothes. And all those things like that. And then when I became a social worker, I realized that is a privilege that I was able to have all those things. I was fortunate. And here you are explaining your story. You didn't have shoes for 24 years. Something that we take for granted is something that was your prayer point. For God to open that door so that someone can be a blessing. That's huge.
Yeah.
And it's humbling.
It is.
It's humbling.
It is. It was a long journey to get the shoes because I remember going to doctors and someone was like, we can amputate your feet and make you use prosthetics and wear shoes to any other person. I said, I don't want to be everybody. I want to be me. I want something that's uniquely made for me. It's not like I want to wear shoes because everyone is wearing shoes. Hey, God has a reason for making me this way. He could make me like any other person, but He decided I'm going to come to this earth looking like this so I can caution Him. So I don't want to be nobody, but I just want to be me. And the doctor looked at me like, so that's how we changed that doctor and went to the nice doctors, and so many of them had the brainstorms and they came up with my shoes, and I was like so excited, crying, emotional. I remember when I landed in Liberia, that was the only thing my mom wanted to see. When I told her I had shoes, everybody was waiting to the airport to see the shoes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was so excited. Oh my God, they didn't worry about if I was bringing whatever from America. They just wanted to see me in my shoes. So everybody went to the airport excited, on the shoes, looking at the shoes. So yeah, so I had to learn how to walk because I didn't walk in shoes. It was like, teaching a baby how to walk. It was funny, but it was interesting. So I had to learn how to walk in the shoes. I saw myself, I had bruises on my feet because it was my first time to put my feet in the shoes. So that's when I had a socks. I have this socks that is medical and on the medical aspect. So it's like it helped my feet not to sweat. So it's like something to sweat, so I don't sweat in my shoes and stuff like that. So yeah, so I have to buy those socks, very expensive. My mentor, my mom, my other mother. I'm a daughter of so many mothers out there. So Auntie Michelle, thank you. She's a kind woman. She has a great heart. She took me as her daughter. For a woman of her status, like a person like me would never go close to her. But she humbled herself. Her family welcomed me into their homes. My first time to sleep in a mansion, I was even afraid to sleep on the bed. I slept on the floor. She would come in my room, go back on the bed. I was like, I don't know what kind of bed is this. Coming from Liberia, coming to a middle home. When I mean middle home, I mean middle home.
Wow.
The place she lived is like Alicia Keys and her neighbor. So this that I didn't even have. I was like, whoo, I never saw something like that in my whole life. So I was so scared to even touch the people bed. but she and her husband were so kind. They open their home. They make me have fun. Went places I never thought I was going to go. Make me have one of the best vacations of my life. Up to today, she's still part of my life.
Wow. The power of relationships, right? Maintaining relationships, and everything that you went through prepared you to meet, is it Michelle? To be able to meet her, and I believe you probably changed her life and her perspective as much as she did for you, with perspective and thinking and all of that. So your story is remarkable,
And and everything started for my late father.
Your late father.
The contact to meet this woman. So it was like step by step. Because I remember my mother saying that she was crying when my dad was giving his last breath. She was like, you leaving me with a child are different. People that already insulting us, saying this about her. You're the only person that support me, and you're on your dying bed. I don't want to cry. And she said my dad told her, and among all my children, Sanke will be the last person she worried about. And me meeting Auntie Michelle today, and it was through my father contact people he knew because he worked at EAW hospital. He used to cook for the white people, the Americans, the missionaries. So through that, and when he passed away, after he passed, and I gave birth to my daughter, I remember, thank you, and I remember I didn't have a place to sleep. I was sleeping on the floor with my baby. And so I called my dad. He used to call them his mom, the Thompson. So I called her. I said, Grandma, call her in America. I said, I don't have nowhere to sleep. I won't go back to school. I want to go to college. So at that time, just go to high school, and I was wanted to go back to college. So she said, I know this woman called Christine Torber, President Torber's daughter. She said, I work with her organization. I donated, but I will call Christine. And how she called Christine, and the Christine say, she came here and saw while we were sleeping. She like, this is not where you and your babies don't sleep. So she opened her home. She gave me the guest house to live there with my daughter. And after Christine, that's when I met Mr. Pugh, the Mr. Pugh that showed me Michelle. So it was like, it just came from, so my father, let's say it's like God first, but through my dad, he wasn't present, but because of what he did, how good he was before he left this earth, made me to meet Michelle today, and she has been part and parcel of my life.
Wow. This is a topic.
Yeah.
This is a show for this evening. This is the power of relationship. I'll say that again. though your father is no longer alive, blessed memory, he left his mark, right? And because of that, because of how he treated people, what he did, doors have been opened up for you, to you. I tell people all the time, God doesn't fall from the sky to bless anyone. He uses people. So treat people well. Treat people well, because you might need them. Or that very person might not be the one to help you, but somebody else will be able to do that. So treat people with kindness, treat people with respect, because we all deserve it. We're human. We all deserve it. And I can't thank you enough for sharing your story. And for being here. Before we read the letter, I want you to walk us through now with the confident, no limit.
Yeah.
Walk us through dating. You're dating. And you don't have to tell us if you're in a relationship, anything like that, but walk us through that, like the dating aspect, the love aspect of your life.
Yeah.
And she's all smiles now. The love aspect of your life.
No ring on the finger, nobody get claimed.
Okay, period. But you're actively dating.
I'm dating. I'm having fun.
Okay.
Getting to know people, because it's like, and I came from a relationship, like I was a teen and single for almost like 15 to 16 years on another person. So right now I just want to like see the world, know people. Dating, you don't have to be sleeping, right? So I'm having fun, knowing people, good people, and setting boundaries, and not settling for the bare minimum. I done that in my 20s. I'm in my 30s. It's a no. So yeah. And you gotta have good credit score when you come in. But I still believe, I'm the kind of woman that still believe, I don't know if I'm gonna say traditional modern. I don't know how to put that traditional on the side, and also a modern woman on the other side. So I love to cook for my man. I love to clean up. I love to be a wife, a housewife. I don't know what people want to say, but I also want to be a boss chick. I still want to go out here, make this. I was telling my cousin, I want to be a rich wife, not a rich man wife. So I want to get my money and be the rich wife. Let my husband be like, damn, I know my. And hey, the men I want shouldn't be intimidated by me, because I'm a strong woman, so I'm going after my bag. So I don't want a man that run a competition with me, because we have some partners that they're competitor.
Yeah.
So you gotta be strong-headed, because like I said, I don't want a rich husband. I don't want to be a rich, what I used to say?
I
want to be a rich wife, not a rich man wife. Period. So it's like, yeah, I want to work for my own money. So, but also too, I also believe in taking care of my home, cooking, cleaning. I cook very well. I'm one of the best cooks.
Samrica is shooting her. She's doing her.
So yeah, I cook. So it shouldn't be something that makes you worried about. I clean. I will take care of your clothes, but learn how to take your socks when you take it out, put the places that shouldn't be around my house. Know how to clean after yourself. Lift the toilet up when you go use the bathroom. You know, all these things I don't have to teach you. So, yeah.
Listen, so for all the brothers out there, make sure you're taking notes, right?
Take notes.
Make sure you are but this
I want a king though. I want a black man.
Okay.
That is me. I love chocolate.
Okay.
You have to, the dark skin, you can't go wrong with a melanin. So I love my dark skin, and I love my African man. As long as you black, you good.
So you're all about chocolate. Do they have to be from Liberia?
Oh, no.
No.
You can come from any country, as long as it's Africa.
Okay. So
just come from the motherland.
Just from the motherland. I hope people out there taking notes. I mean, she literally just threw out all your preferences, what you're looking for, and all those things. So you never know. You're dating, you're having fun, you're having a good time.
You have to lay everything on the table.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. And normally when you go on dates with people, do you tell them right away that you have a form of disability?
Yeah,
right
even
away?
from chatting. I would tell you, have you dated a woman with disabilities, and I look at when you're with me, I look at your body language, if you're comfortable, because some people, they don't be comfortable. They don't want to hold your hands. They're like thinking it's something you're going to break on you. So I look at all these things and see how comfortable you are with me, how the conversation is, if you just want to come here and have fun and stuff like that. So I pay attention to all these signs.
Okay. And if they're looking uncomfortable, is that like
it's a no?
It's a no.
That's a red flag.
Okay. What if someone is like, I really like Samrica, but they haven't, you guys just chatted, you haven't really met in person, and then you finally meet, they're just maybe taken a little bit by surprise to realize, oh, okay, so this is actually Samrica. So there's no more second dates, or you would consider,
like, if they're shocked about my appearance.
Yeah, they're shocked about your appearance, actually in person meeting you and all of that. Is that a no?
It's a no. But luckily, most of the people I met, they'd be very excited to see No Limit sitting across to them.
Okay.
Because before you get
I mean, it took me a year to get you on.
So yeah, so I get people like 2-3 years, and then when they have a privilege to sit next to me, yeah, so they'd be very excited, like, oh my gosh, it's No Limit. And the same person I am on the phone or on camera, that's how you're gonna see me. I'm very wow. I love having fun. I'm not a shy person. So yeah, so when I go in the room, you're gonna see me. Because I don't see nobody but
you. That's confident at its finest. You need to teach a class on like how to really build your confidence, like teach people, because we all need it.
There's a lady I work with, she recommended what you recommended. She said, you need to be a coach. I'm like, maybe.
Look into it. Honestly, I mean, if that's something that I know you're very busy, and it seems like you've done a lot of work. You worked for the UN.
Yeah, when I was in Liberia, I worked for the Ministry of Gender.
Ministry of Gender.
Every year they send us here to come attend a conference and speak. And then also when I was there, I was also doing some work with the UNFPA, which is the United Nations Population Fund. They used to sponsor most of my trips, so I used to do a little work here with them. I had a project. I won a project, a very big project, a grant, but I had to turn it down because I was coming to the US. So, yeah. So I would love to still do some work in Liberia. But since I came to America, I put some of these things on hold, because still trying to get myself situated in America and trying to focus on me. But I still help during Christmas, like give food to people with disabilities. I talk to friends and family. Some of them chip in. I donate food so people can have meal on the table. So I just do that every year. Yeah, but having like focus on the organizational aspect yet.
Yeah, it's still in the works.
It's still in the works. Yeah, No Limit will be launched soon.
Okay, hear that. You got to say that again so people can.
No Limit is going to be launched soon. No limit to the world.
No limit to the world. That is. Take the world by a storm, Samrica, because you have it, right? You have the confidence, you have the experience, you've been through enough that people can be inspired, will be inspired by the work that you're doing, and I'll come to that launch.
Yeah, it will be. Get your black outfit. It's gonna be black.
All black, right? Black, okay. Right. So I can't wear this outfit again. So
you gotta find something.
I gotta find something. Okay, I'll tell. Hopefully my stylists are paying attention, so I'll find something else.
And I want all my ladies to come to slide.
Okay, we'll be coming over there to just. Okay, we'll do that. This is good. This is. I like this. The lively, the laughter. Part of this conversation, because we've been very serious and very emotional, very focused, and you're being open. You really are a full package.
Yeah.
And why shouldn't you be, right?
I am the table.
You are the table, period. Okay. All right, Samrica, why don't we, let's read the letter.
Okay.
Okay, so let's read the letter and then we'll go on a break, right? But I want us to read the letter so to get people thinking about it, and then I'll give a shout out. Then we'll go on break quickly. When we get back, then we'll talk about the letter for maybe about 15 minutes. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah,
that's okay. Okay, all right, y'all. So why don't we read the letter? Let the letter come up, and then I'll give out these shout outs. I'm coming. Okay, the letter says, "Dear Emily, I am interested in someone who is on the autism spectrum. My parents don't know that we have been talking. His disability is not visible as he is high functioning. Okay, I'm from a background where we don't talk anything special needs or disability, so I don't know how to go about bringing up the conversation or navigating our lives together, our life's journey. One thing I know is I love him and want to be with him. My friends know about him. Some of them discourage me while others supports me. It's really hard trying to date or be with someone who is not considered normal in our society. By the way, I am from Nigeria. What do I do? How do I navigate this? Please help. Looking forward to watching the show." So that's the letter. We'll dissect it. We'll think about it. Just take that in. And I want us to take a little break. And then when we get back, we'll talk about the letters, and then you can share your thoughts on this conversation. Our viewers, you read the letter. You read the letter with me, with us. So please make sure you also share your thoughts on what you think. How should this individual go about having this conversation? What is your take on it? And we will be right back after this quick break. Thank you for watching.
I need someone to talk to. I'll say what I'm going through. Tired of complications, relationships not going how I want it to. Can I get through to you? Help me understand, 'cause I wanna love again. I wanna love again. Wanna love again. I wanna love again. Wanna love again.
Welcome back, everyone, to Dear Emily Season 2, Episode 9. We have been having an amazing conversation with Samrica, who it took a whole year for Samrica to clear up her schedule for her to be here. So this conversation is a big deal because she's really busy, and we've been talking about navigating love with special needs, and Samrica has been sharing her story, her journey. I want you all to give her a shout out in the comments. Make sure that it takes a lot. Make sure that you're sending your comments, sending your love, because it takes a lot to be on this show. Okay, so Samrica, thank you once again for being on here.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. So am I. So this is really great. Why don't I give some shout outs and read the comments, and then we'll talk about the letter. Okay, the letter that I just read. Make sure that you also let us know your thoughts on that letter that was just read. Nathaniel Garpu says, "The favor of our living God will continue to locate you. No limit. You are so special. Thanks for your kindness and bravery to share your story tonight."
Thank you.
And then God Alone Child says, "Love you, Mama. Keep doing what you do." She says, "Yeah, girl, you are my sister. Sister, she's right there with you." And then she said, "Cash up." Jonetta, we're not having this conversation on live here tonight. Nathaniel says, "Go, girl." And then he made a comment and said, "But you're not racist, even though you just want black men. You
That's
want
my
chocolate."
preference.
That's your preference.
Because I believe marriage should be in on the economic side. That's how I see it. Because as a Black community, we see how our community being suppressed. So I want a Black love. Because people feel like it's toxic and this and that. We want to show people how Black people love, how we support each other. So that is.
Yeah. So, nope, that's just your preference. And then Precious says, that's right, I also want to be a rich wife and also a rich man wife. So people are going to be quoting that. And then she says, God Alone Child says, tall, dark, and handsome.
Yes.
Tall, dark, and handsome. And then Emili Dunbar is watching. That's my dad. He's in Texas. He lives in Texas, the Dallas area.
I lived in Texas before.
He lived in, Samrica lived in Texas before Daddy. Houston. Okay. He's in the Dallas area. So thank you for watching, Mr. Dunbar. It's always good to have him on here. He says, I'm enjoying the show. My dad normally don't comment, so the fact that he's commenting, it means a lot, that this topic is really interesting.
Thank you.
And then Nathaniel Garpu says that surprise could be part of their conversation. So I guess not letting people know that you have a form of disability. I believe that's what this comment is alluding to.
Not letting people know?
Yeah, the question that I brought up about whether or not you tell people.
Yeah, I do upfront.
Upfront. And then Nathaniel says, it's about time that we as Africans go past these stereotypes and begin to consider the world as a global village.
Yes.
Okay, we don't expect everyone to be the same. Tell your folks that you love the guy for who he is and not what he is or perceived to be. And then Bendu Bolek says, very beautiful topic. I just love her energy.
Thank you.
It's all you, lady in pink, and so confident in everything that we're talking about.
You know, every woman needs a pink.
Every woman needs a, who knows, maybe that's going to be my next outfit, will be pink. It'll boost my self-esteem, I'm telling you.
Another level of confidence.
Another level, okay, pink it is. All right, so from the letter, what is your take on that letter? There are multiple things to consider. So this person is Nigeria, okay, so we have the location known. We don't know the age or anything like that, and we don't know how far they are in their relationship. But this person she's dating is on the autism spectrum, and this individual is high functioning, right? So again, we talk about invisible disability, right? This person is high functioning, but she doesn't know how to go about having this conversation with her parents because it's something that you don't talk about. It's something that is new to people, and the fact that there was a quotation that this person is not normal. It's not normal. So how do you go about having that conversation? So Samrica, from your experience and from your knowledge and the things that you've acquired over the years, please share with this person, this young lady, how does she go about having this conversation? What are your thoughts on the letter in general?
And first of all, I just want to say this about normal, the normal aspect. You know, I don't know why people define normal. What is normal? Because not because somebody has disabilities or has some forms of special needs, making it not normal. A lot of us out here, there is nobody normal and there is nobody perfect. So that is the first thing she should get out of the way. Nobody is normal, not even herself. And then secondly, hey, if we try to normalize this, because it's like he don't have to have disabilities. Every one of us have somebody in our life who did it that our family and friends don't like. I don't care whether it's disabilities or not. So I just want us to normalize it in a way, and it is people's choice to like this person or not. So the only thing that matters here is her happiness. If she's happy, does she want to be with this person? And these are things I think she should discuss with her friends and family. What are some of the unique character of this person? How the person make her feel like when she's with this person? And not loving on the petty side, like putting his disabilities, but look at his abilities as a man, how he treats you. And all these things, it's like when you try to put a disability, it's like having pity. And pitying somebody just to stay in love with them, it ain't going to end well. So it would be my advice, like, don't have pity, look at his abilities, some of those unique and characteristics this man possesses. He might be intelligent. He might be one of the smartest men and hardworking men. You can tell your family who this person is. Maybe the way you love him or the way the both of you love each other, some people are going to come around say, oh, we prejudge this person. He's a really caring father. He's a really caring boyfriend or husband and stuff like that, because it's happening, whether with disabilities or not. Some of our friends don't like people we date. They will tell us. So it is you, maybe the way you love each other is going to change those people's mind. So does she see herself being with this person for the rest of her life? Is this man, this kind of man she dreamed of? Are they compatible? These are things she should ask and not put the disabilities aspect in from. I know we from Africa, as African, it is like a taboo when you are different, when you are unique. People think that they look at your disabilities instead of your uniqueness. This person, and there are some people who don't have disability, but they are dirty in the heart. They are mean. They will not treat you well. So look at this man's abilities. Look at who he is.
I like that. Look at his abilities and not his disabilities. Because a lot of time we focus on maybe not the not so good stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And then we don't focus on the stuff that are good that we see. I've worked with people on the autism spectrum of all levels. So there are people who are high functioning where you would never tell. I don't know if you've seen the show The Good Doctor. The Good Doctor, yes. That's somebody with autism. He's very high functioning.
And there is something about people who are autistic. They're very smart.
Oh yes, they're very, very, very smart group of people. Depending on the level, right? So there's high level, and then there's mild, and then there's lower level of on the spectrum. And it seems like this person is high functioning, so being smart, being gifted, being talented. One of the things with people on the autism spectrum is they have a lot of sensory things that they deal with. So for instance, with people that I've worked with, noise is a big thing. It's a big thing for them. Crowds, it's also a big thing for them. They're in their own world, right? They're in their own world. For some people, they are like maybe 30 going on 16, 17 mentally when it comes to certain things. Though most of the time they're gifted in certain areas, like they have really high IQs. But when it comes to the socializing aspect, right, it's where you would notice that something is a bit different, because they don't like noise, they don't like loud sounds. Some of them lights, it's something that's disturbing. They don't like that. Some of them are children at heart, right? The sci-fi movie. I've worked with a lot of people who are on the spectrum who are like that, and they've had relationships. This is something that I will also say, it's a reality, and it's hard. It can be very challenging when you're dating somebody who is on the spectrum, especially if you don't know enough about it, right? And if you're not educating yourself about it, because I know something that my parents have always told me is, love alone doesn't sustain a relationship, right? Because love is different. With love comes with pain. Sometimes it comes with hurt. It's bittersweet, you know, at times. There are times the person that you love, even you normally want to choke them. You know, you don't want them around. You don't want to see them. You don't want to talk to them. So imagine adding another layer to that as somebody who might not want to be around your friends, and you might be wondering, why don't you want to be around my friends who might not like loud music, and you're wondering, okay, this person, they might think he's selfish. So those are things that I tell people, depending on who you're dating, you have to prepare your mind and prepare yourself for people to criticize you, but you also to adjust, because as much as we say people's opinions doesn't matter, when you get to that place of where you're confident in yourself, it doesn't matter, right? But if you're not confident in yourself, it hinders you, and it can even hinder your relationship with the person that you're with. So I would say to this, like what you're saying, and to add on to it, is say, hey, love is a choice, and it's your choice to make, but also consider the choice that you're making. because it could be hard. And you might just be thinking like, okay, this isn't that bad, and this and this and that. Maybe you're only seeing a glimpse of that person's world, right? Just a glimpse of it, right? With people who are shooting their shots at you, they don't know what you have to go through when you wake up in the morning. They don't know they don't know all of that, the things that you're dealing with. But people are just seeing Samrica as this lady is bossing up, like behind the scenes. No one knows. No one knows. No one will be able to tell. So you have to consider these things. And when it comes to parent support, the truth is, whether somebody is normal or not normal, whatever we want to call it, parents are parents, right? Some parents want to choose who you should be married to. You could marry somebody who is very much normal, with this quote unquote, and they're beating the life out of you, right? But they're normal. Or you could marry somebody who might have an invisible disability or might have some form of physical special need, but they treat you like you are the only person that matters in the world. So it also depends. And I think when it comes to on the line of educating our people, especially our parents, this is new for a lot of them because our society don't talk about it. Let alone talking about, if we can't even talk about people's physical disability, can you imagine talking about somebody's invisible disability and having that conversation? No, it's really hard. There's so many children, even in our community that I know that I've worked with, they're on the spectrum. Right? But parents are in denial that they're on the spectrum. There are people who are FAS, that's fetal alcohol syndrome. But parents are also in denial. When you drink alcohol during pregnancy, no matter the amount, it could affect that child's brain and their functioning of things. And we don't even think about these things. Those are invisible things until the behavior starts to surface. Then you realize like, wow, this person has some form of disability, they should get help. But we don't get our people help. We tell them you're normal, and you are normal, right? And you're unique. Everyone is normal, everyone is unique. But we tell them there's nothing wrong, but you're preventing you're preventing them from getting the help that they need and they deserve, right? Because there's so many. I worked at a school district, in an intermediate school district, District 287, where we worked with kids with special needs. We worked with kids with disability, and they're on all forms, all spectrums that you can think about. And it's really educating because the resources are out there. And there are people, I don't know if you've seen the show on Netflix, it's called Love on the Spectrum. It's a beautiful show, right? And it's people with special needs, people who are on the spectrum, who are going on dates. They're trying to find love and this and that, and they're lucky. They're finding love. They're bubbly. They're having a good time because you're a person.
There's somebody
right?
out here.
There's somebody out there for everybody. So, but those are some things I would say in regards to this letter. Have a conversation with your parents. Be honest, and also get to a place where you realize what you're about to put yourself into, because the world will criticize you. You have to be strong enough within yourself to ignore those things and not let it get in the way, right? And I would say educate yourself on autism.
It's very
what
important.
does that mean? What does that look like? What form of autism does this person have? Ask them questions. Ask them questions about it. Ask his parents. They're alive, if they are alive, or any support system that he has. Ask questions and educate yourself. Right, because love is present, and it seems like she really loved this individual to even write a letter, but there's more to that. There's more beyond love, and it's to how you navigate this whole love now. It's where the work comes in place, and sometimes we don't pay attention to that. So everything I just said, I could just be talking from book knowledge, right? What do you have to say in regards to what I just said? With my response.
I think he said it all, and the most important thing is how educating himself and about his forms of disabilities, because it's very important. It's not just like dating somebody, but it's like understanding who this person is. It's like in a relationship, you have to understand your partner. There are some things this person likes. There are some people love language different. Some people is out of kindness and out of service or whatever. Some people love gifts. and you have to know your partner. It's the same thing, like knowing his disabilities, when his mood may be up and down at that time. What you need to do as a partner? Can you support this person and all these things? So it's all about education. She have to educate herself and question herself. Does she see herself with this person? She shouldn't love him out of pity. That is what I'm coming from. Like, don't love him because he have disabilities. Oh, let me just pity him. You know, he's a nice guy. He's nice to me, and he has special needs and this and that. Do you see yourself being with this person? Do you love him for who he is? If she do, then she's good. So at some people, your happiness matter. Anything you do, people will have an opinion. Whether you have disabilities or not, people will have an opinion. People will judge you. Nobody out here is perfect. As long as you're happy, that's what matters.
It's true. As long as you're happy, that is what matters. And educate yourself, which is very important. And have a conversation with your parents. You know, let them know that this is it, and understand that as you put yourself in it, you deal with it. Yeah. Right? You deal with it. And there's support out there. There are resources out there that I tell people. There's no excuse anymore, right, for people to be ignorant. No. If you want to be ignorant, you're choosing to be ignorant, because there's no excuse. There's YouTube University. Oh yeah, that is there's Facebook University. There's TikTok University. All the universities on social media you can think about. So there's no excuse to be ignorant.
Like yesterday, I had a live show on TikTok, and I have some of the people with disabilities in the comment section, and they were trying to like share how the parent, even their own parent, the way the parent treat them. There's a girl from Liberia. Her parent live in this building that is not accessible. And you know you got a child with special needs. Why move in a building that don't have no elevator? And she was crying, she broke down, because since her big brother moved out, nobody to bring her downstairs, told her a wheelchair downstairs. So she just stuck in the house. And she said son of her dad said that she was useless, nothing gonna come out of her. So it's just like having a child with special needs, and you have no empathy, you are not even educating yourself, you're making no effort. It's just sad to see our own parents treat us that way.
I got words for those things, but I'll save my words for maybe another topic, because I'll never understand that. I'll never understand that. You chose to give birth to these people, to your children that matter, and all of a sudden you treat them as if to say they don't matter. They're no good. They're no good. And I hear people say that a lot in our community. Oh, you're good for nothing, or you're useless, or you're special, or they hide them. You know, they will hide their kids in the closet. They'll put them in the room because they don't want disturbance. And you're not going to meet you in-house. They will hide them. And sometimes too, it is not like the parent hiding them, but also to the community door. The way they would treat the kid when the parents put them out there. So the best thing they feel like they're saving their children is to keep them away. So it's just like, we need to do work. So as a community, we have work to do. As families, there is work to be done, and there is education, and it comes with education. And I hope the government in Liberia, that they're doing something, or they're going to do something with people, because they're people and they're part of our society. And I'm a huge advocate for human rights, period. Right? And there needs to be something done. One of the reasons why America is thriving is because they have all these things in place, right? One of the reasons why Africa as a whole, we have issues, whether that's with presidency or that's with leadership, is the fact that we don't put these things in place. You know, we don't put these, it's not a focus. It's not something that people are on a mission to want to accomplish. They don't want to talk about it. But you're a nation. You're there to serve your people when you're put in power.
And your most vulnerable citizens.
And your most vulnerable citizens are going unnoticed. Something has to be done. Something needs to be put in place for the education. I know there are NGOs that are doing their best, people from here who are going back there and educating people, and kudos to them. Shout out to you. People like you who are advocating for their voices to be heard, because it should. They should be counted among the votes, among the numbers. They're people. They're people.
Even our Constitution discriminates against us. So
it does.
Even the Constitution says if you have disabilities, you can be president. But there was not specific to say what kind of disabilities.
Really?
Yeah. So can you look at me? I can be president, like for real.
Well, you can run for. You should run for
Exactly.
president.
But in my
Why shouldn't you?
Constitution, it says I can be.
That is so. Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is there.
So there needs to the education needs to take place, and we need to grow. Honestly, we need to grow, because we're behind, right? Africa is in 1990s, or maybe the 1970s as a whole, collectively. The 50s. we need to grow.
It's
we
sad.
Need to grow.
It is sad. Like when you see where they have the thing they call the group of 77, is where you have people with disabilities labor, almost like a group home here, right?
The group of 77.
Yeah, they call the group of 77. That's why you have people with disabilities live. That place, even though animal, my dog cannot sleep there. It's disgusting.
Wow.
To see the place they put a person, when you see the people toilet, you see the place they cook. They're sitting right over so anywhere, wherever you see the poop coming down, the people sitting there cooking. You see the well they draw water from, it's nasty, mold, and it's just sad that we have a country that we treat our vulnerable citizens in such a disgusting way. Our leader disgusts me.
Yeah.
And they don't care. And when you talk about it and people feel like, oh, Sam, you're being too emotional. It is emotional for me.
It's your life.
This is something I live.
Yeah.
And I don't want another generation to come and go through this. Liberia's a small country. We can do better. We can put system in place that these people can live somewhere better. They can go. All we ask for is opportunity. Give us an opportunity. They give our jobs. Buildings are not accessible, and then they will fire off on the job. They say we can go upstairs. It is my right to make a building accessible, or it's the government job to do that. But they will fire people with disability. They say they can go upstairs to do that. Well, it's just sad. Sometimes just like I get exhausted talking about it, and it is exhausting being a person with disabilities. You have to deal with a country, you have to deal with people, you have to deal with society. So it's just too much on us. So I hope that everyone out here can be the advocate for us. You don't have to have disabilities before you call our leaders out to make a difference, make a change. So every one of us can have an inclusive country.
Yeah, I agree. And people are in the comments saying, wow, I didn't know that the Constitution discriminates against people with disabilities. And this is, and then Nathaniel said that's a discovery for Liberians. So it's a shocker for a lot of people.
And the thing about it, they didn't make it specific to say what kind of disabilities. If it is mental disabilities, they just used the word disabled. If the person becomes disabled. So how do you define this? Because they have different categories of disabilities. So they needed to make that broad so we can understand, but it is not like that.
Yeah. So everything is just lumped together, and it limits people from even having the opportunities. And you give somebody a job, the building is not accessible.
You fire them.
What sense does that make? Like, you're giving somebody a job. It's like telling me, hey, come to work and this. I don't have a car, but it's an hour away. But you're giving me a job, and I'm telling you, hey, I don't have a car, so there has to be means of transportation and things like that. What's going to be put in place? You're telling me you figure it out. You have the job, figure it out, and things like that. And at the end of the day, this is sad because it's. We have to grow. We have to grow, and there are things that I look for in leaders, Samrica, and it's selflessness. Leaders that are selfless, because the truth is, as a leader, life is not about you. Okay, and we have a lot of people with this greedy mindset where it's all about the power, it's all about your family being elevated. It comes with that. But if you can't focus on the citizen of a country holistically, you can't focus on them. You are failed as a leader. I don't care who it is. It doesn't matter who it is, because you're here to cater to your people. Leadership is service. That's literally what it is. And there's nothing, it comes with benefits, but at the end of the day, you're serving people for the greater good.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that a lot of leaders across the world, around the world, that are in power don't care for the greater good or for the wealth and the health of their citizens. There's just a certain group of people, whether it's the 1%, the 5%, and then you leave out the 95% of people to figure life out. Something needs to be done, and our people need to get to a place. Our people need to get to a place where we're growing. We're growing on the line of having this conversation about disability, having this conversation about special needs in general. We should talk about it. You know, I'm yet to hear politicians from African countries actually mention these things.
I hope so, but they don't care, because it's like these. Let's see, other second-class citizens. That's how I would put it.
Or not human at all.
Not even human being.
Yeah.
They see us as beggar. They see us as another case of charity. People will go take pictures for and just post it so people can pity us. And people with disabilities, we don't seek pity. We want opportunity.
Right.
But it's not being provided to us.
Yeah.
That's why you see these people in the street begging. And that's why when they see some of us, they see us as beggar. I see people run to me with money. I'm not even begging. But that's the mindset.
Yeah. We've programmed people to have that thoughts that the moment you feel like there's something wrong, that you have to give.
We see pastor running to our praying, so when he healing, like, it's sad. So it's just like, it's a society that we need to, awareness need to be done. I see pastor run to me in the church, holding my feet and praying. I'm like, God, it's so embarrassing. And one of the things that it pisses me off so much, like, why do you think I need healing?
Yeah.
It is sad. And I hope like all our people we can learn, we can teach ourselves. Like you said, there is no room for ignorance.
No. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. And it's everywhere, right?
Even in America.
Oh God, there's still work to do here. But they're progressing.
They're progressing. Not like Africa. Africa is worse.
Well, I hope people are watching and people, it's being called out, right? Because this is part of Dear Emily. We talk about the issue, and hopefully the people are watching and they're able to do something and put something in place, because this is necessary. We're all humans. Yeah. We are unique. We all have our abilities and abilities that we don't have.
Yeah.
Right? So like God alone child said, we all have some form
of
disability, depending on your definition of what that word means. So Samrica, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming. Thank you for being on. The viewers, you look lovely. I'm reading the comments and people are just raving about your strength, your courage, and just the boldness that you have, that you've come with to share your story with us. And consistently we've had a lot of people watching, because this conversation is very much needed. Like I said, I came here with the mindset of I'm going to unlearn and I'm going to relearn and learn a lot of things that I'm going to take with me. And I took a lot from today's show. It's been humbling. I appreciate you taking up your time to be here. I know how busy you are. So we have to take pictures after this so I can capture this moment and say, I finally met with Samrica. And we took some photos. Any last words that you want to say to the audience regarding this conversation, this topic?
Yeah, sure. And first of all, I want to say thanks to every one of you for your positive comment. Thank you so much. It takes someone with empathy and compassion to do that, which I appreciate. And I want to appreciate you, Emily, for giving me the invitation, for being on your show. And I think our society, we need to have more of this conversation, like providing a space for people with disabilities, for our voice to be heard. It's very important to me. So I appreciate you for doing that. Not every talk show, these are sensitive topics that they don't want to talk about, but you inviting me here. It's been a year long So
Finally.
finally, I'm here. I do appreciate you and bringing up this topic and what you continue to do for kids or persons with disabilities out there, and all the audience out there. If you are a parent, you are a mother, you are a dad, uncles, aunties, I think these are conversations we should have in our homes, in our schools, our churches, our mosques. So what place of worship you go, we need to discuss that disability is not a disease. It is a condition. So like treating people with disabilities in a disgusting way is not okay. If every one of us, we are still learning. So I'm glad and humbled that most of you comment was very positive. I appreciate it. Follow me, look me up, No Limit. There is no limit to you. Don't even let the sky to limit you. Continue to be you, continue to be authentic and true to yourself. And that is what I have been doing all my life. I wake up every day and I choose joy. So thank you so much to all the audience out there. Thank you for watching. To those of you that share, comment, I appreciate it. So yeah.
Okay, with your beautiful smile, we're just going to end right here. Thank you to everyone. Everyone is saying thank you for watching, for sharing. And you know, one thing I don't tolerate, Samrica, is negativity. I don't want to be around it. This show is positive energy, positive vibe. So negativity is out the window. And the people who are constantly watching, they understand the code, they understand the language, and they've been following. Very uplifting, because we need this. And this is just even the tip of the iceberg. There is more that needs to get done. This is just a conversation that I've been honored and privileged for you to even come on, to make yourself available to be here this evening in the studio. Hopefully it won't be your last, and it won't take you a whole year before you come on.
It won't. I promise.
Okay, hold her to it, y'all. But thank you so much for coming, and for everyone who keeps watching and supporting Dear Emily, thank you all. Because of you, we have this show. We have amazing guests like Samrica. Please make sure you follow her. No Limits. Follow her on Facebook. Follow her page. Be inspired. Be encouraged. And be a part of her life. You're like a part of her life because she shares a lot on there. And to all of our viewers and sponsors, Keg Media, Keg Solution, Benda Boutique, 4 Girls Fashion and Beauty. We have another sponsor, Roshanda, Pieces of Kendex, has just said that she's willing to sponsor Dear Emily with jewelry. Thank you so much, all of you, for sponsoring. Make sure you send stars, you send us lots of love, and I will see you here next time on Dear Emily. Our next topic we're going to be talking about is society pressure when it comes to women regarding marriage. Right? Marital pressure with single women. All the conversation we don't want to have in our homes, we're having it on Dear Emily, which I absolutely love. We have an amazing guest who is going to be joining us. She's amazing. She's ready for this show, so you don't want to miss it. She will be here next Monday at 6 o'clock to talk about the marital pressure that single women are facing in our world today. So join us, and thank you all once more for watching. I will see you next time on screen on Dear Emily. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you all. Thank you for watching.